Good afternoon. My name is C.Follett, the JTTF supervisor for the DC area. Today, I'm going to provide you a current update on the major events that have unfolded today in the DC area. The first event is the Pepco power outage. As of 1800 hours, the power has been restored to the DC area. The culprit of the attack has been confirmed to be a disgruntled Pepco employee who installed malware onto the Pepco system. Further investigative activities will be taken to determine the type of malware and other malicious activities and how he installed the malware will be investigated and released to law enforcement entities in intelligence format or in part of an intelligence after action review on the incident. The second event is regarding the Protect Our Natural Resources rally while we thought the rally and the cyber attack were linked, it appears there was no connection and no intent by the members of the rally to attack the DC population. Instead, at 12:55 hours, James Roswell, a member of the United Mine Workers of American Union, opened fire onto the Defend Our Natural Resources crowd in the proximity of 3rd Street and Pennsylvania Southwest while the crowd marched towards the Capitol building. The shooters utilized an AR-15, killing 6 people and injuring 23 others. The shooter was neutralized by 2 MPD officers who were nearby the incident and engaged the shooter, neutralizing him on the spot. The JTTF is currently working with the MPD to notify the families of the victims and to make contact with the families of the shooter. Additionally, they are actively coordinating with the family that is admitted to the hospital. Injured personnel with life-threatening injuries have been transported to the MedStar Washington Hospital Center. A search of the shooter's residence took place earlier today in Fayette, West Virginia. During that search, the investigators identified large quantities of chemical materials which are used to make highly explosive substances known as triacetone triperoxide, also known as TATP for short. Additional AR-15s and unconfirmed amounts of ammo, along with modified explosive devices, were also found within the residence. There was no indication if James operated alone or how James obtained the weapons and the chemicals. It is reported that James does have a history of psychiatric conditions, but at this time, what the extent or seriousness of those mental issues and how they associate to this attack is unknown, but will continue to be further investigated by the JTTF. Due to the findings of the chemical weapons at the shooter's house, the JTTF has shared the images of the explosive devices and the methods in which to identify the various chemicals and its various formats is going to be released to the MPD and other law enforcement agencies to enable them to conduct a sweep of the DC area and key buildings to ensure that James did not plant any devices prior to shooting at the crowd. At this time, the sweep is ongoing and will continue until all key buildings and pedestrian access zones, such as the metro tunnels, have been cleared, and we have an accurate accounting of James's whereabouts and activities prior to the shooting. It is unclear at this time as to why James would have these items and not utilize them prior to a shooting spree that could ultimately only lead to one outcome. A hotline for individuals to report additional information about this event will be published to the media and local law enforcement in order to aid in establishing this timeline and develop further leads. At this time, that's all the information I have. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, and I will do my best to answer them.